Video, Purple Political Talk here, and today we're going to be talking about the 2020 presidential election and looking at what is realistically Donald Trump's only chance at the presidency. So over the last couple of days, we've seen the situation for Donald Trump dwindle down to where we see that the chances of him winning have severely lowered, and we're almost at the point where the statistical chance is very low, like a 1 in 10 chance. It's pretty low considering that you're only like one winner of the election. So we're gonna look at what scenario and what things have to fall into place for Donald Trump for him to go out and win the presidency. So let's put in our safe states, and this is going to be similar to a best case scenario, but realistically, it's going to be more of what states need to fall into where for him to win. So before we begin, or while I fill my safe states, actually, I wanted to talk about the 150 subscriber special. So I want to thank all of you guys for reaching 150 subscribers. It's a big milestone for this channel, and I wanted you guys to vote on what specifically we are going to do. So I'm going to make a video about that soon, and what you guys want to do for that special. So you guys are going to vote and see what we're going to be doing for that special, and it's going to be very fun. So at this point in time, things are falling into place for the Biden campaign very well. Who would have imagined in the late earlier parts of primary season where Bernie Sanders started to lead, like in January? I'm talking about earlier voting primary season. Who would have thought that Joe Biden would have come out and be victorious as the nominee and go out to be the winner of the election, probably because he has very high amounts of support nationwide. There was a point in time that Joe Biden was losing the election pretty substantially, and that really has flipped, and now we're going to see where is actually Donald Trump's chances at right now. So if we were looking at this, first thing I would say is that Donald Trump needs to start sweeping some of these states. Democrats only need 80 electoral votes from the starting off map to win the election. That is as easy as just winning Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, the Rust Belt, Virginia, North Carolina, and I think that's it. And New Hampshire. It's just winning a combination of these states is very easy for the Democratic Party. And it's also been a fact that over the years, Republicans who have won White Houses, it's been because of swing states. And you can say with Donald Trump, Republicans are never good when they're starting off with their maps. And with their start-off map, as you can see, they're right now at a deficit of around almost 60 electoral votes. So that really does matter. So we're talking Donald Trump. We're states that, realistically, he can narrow down the margin and he only reach at the presidency, but still not get there. I think I'm going to fill him in all solid colors. I'm going to talk about margins. I think there's some states that are pretty solid for the Democrats at this point, and there is no way that Donald Trump could win there. It is, but the chances are low. I'm talking about Donald Trump's best chance to sweep the presidency. So I'm just going to start off by saying that at this point in time, what looks best for Donald Trump is sweeping the rest of these states. Sweeping Arizona, Texas, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Ohio, Iowa, the 2 districts, and Wisconsin. That looks very unlikely because, again, it's hard to sweep only 3 or 4 of these. Imagine sweeping all of them. The Trump campaign will have to develop extraordinary skills to be able to do this. What are some ways that he can do, he can replace states? Well, and this is also a replacement game. So let's say if he wins the state of Pennsylvania, then he doesn't have to worry about the state of Michigan, of Arizona, and Wisconsin. It will be 269 to 69. But honestly, at this point in time, this is the best scenario for Donald Trump right now. Oh, not this. Hold on. And this is the best scenario. There you go. 270 to 268. If he could win the presidency, and it would be narrowly, I think, Wisconsin out of the Rust Belt states would be the most likely to go to him. Although right now it's looking like it might go to Joe Biden by around 3 to 5 points. And we're looking at North Carolina, Florida. Those seats are also on the very on the line, right? And North Carolina is a little bit more. North Carolina and Florida, generally speaking, are both kind of in the same realm. Like they're right on the borderline, maybe tilting Joe Biden in some cases. But Donald Trump, realistically, what he needs to do is get out the vote on his base in these states, spend more money than Joe Biden with media waves and things like that, and that might be enough to help him narrowly win the election. Now, a victory for either side, whether by 2 electoral votes or by just a couple electoral votes, is going to be horrifying for the nation. As the nation is not ready to see something like that happen, and heavy protests will follow. And realistically, winning by 270 to 268 doesn't guarantee you anything. Faithless electors will definitely go in and kind of ruin your chances at the presidency, and they might give the other person the presidency. That would be very interesting to see. I would like to see what would happen after the faithless electors and things like that. But I know that would be polarizing. Right now, Donald Trump is basically losing the election. He's going to have to come back. He's at a big deficit, so he's going to have to come back and build up the deficit. Imagine this was a debt. He has to pay off the debt and then come up on top and make a profit. So, like this, Donald Trump will need to do very good, or either repairments and repair his relationship with most of Americans or some other things. Because at this point in time, I don't see it for him. Joe Biden is, he's not running an exceptional campaign like someone like an Obama did. But, it's pretty good considering the restraints that we have for campaigning. But, campaign-wise, Joe Biden is something out of the ordinary. He's pretty normal when it comes to campaigning and all these different things. But look, remember, a lot of these people, the major reason why Joe Biden is winning the election right now, it's not people that are going against, it's not people that are voting for Biden, but people who are voting against Trump. A lot of these Bernie supporters, a lot of these Hillary supporters, or a lot of these independents, they don't want to vote for Joe Biden either. They would have rather have another Democratic candidate, but they don't want to vote for Donald Trump either. So it's what we call a vote against. So we're looking at a vote against, which could come down to be very historic, because we have seen that happen sometimes, but not much. And realistically, if it wasn't for these people voting against Trump, and if the election was people just voting for whoever they wanted to vote for, we could have seen Donald Trump win. But since a lot of people are voting against Trump, they're not voting for Biden. You get what I'm saying? And realistically, that's one of the biggest parts when there's unpopular incumbents or just unpopular candidates in general. I'm not voting for you, I'm voting against the other person. 2016, a lot of people wanted to vote against Hillary Clinton. They voted in Donald Trump. So that's going to be a big factor in this race. And if Joe Biden royally screws up, we're going to be seeing very, very interesting when it comes to all these different things and voting in general. If Joe Biden does something that makes him go super unpopular nationwide, the election will become contested again, because then the people who are voting against Donald Trump, they might say, oh, this person is just as bad. So right now, unless Joe Biden does a horrible gaffe, Joe Biden always does gaffes and almost does every politician, but if he does a couple big ones, then we're talking about contested territory in the election. But as of right now, if Joe Biden keeps it chill, only has one gaffe a week or something like that, and it's nothing serious, he has a great shot of winning the election. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Look out for the 150 subscribers special video, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.